who would know about that kind of stuff, and instead of protecting the nation, they were trying to, I swear to God, they try to provoke people into going totally berserk and crazy on the streets. It's almost like there's a dark shadow government, and they need people to flip out in order to have more fodder. So I don't know what to say, but back then, no one, you hear me, no one was on the streets. I come back from being in Gainesville for 2.5 years, during which time my mom, dad, and aunt passed away. My dad lived with his wife of many years, second wife, down in Bradenton, Florida. But my mom and aunt lived together in their older age. All of them passed away during the pandemic time period. My dad wound up with coronavirus. My mom and aunt passed away of natural causes. But we won't get into the conspiracy side of things just because it's too much. You know, I'd have to explain for the rest of my life, like, all the things that come up, and it's like, that's weird, because guess what day it was, guess what time it was, guess what happened, guess what so anyway, there's a horse on that on this convenience store here, and like a decal in the window. Anyway, to come back here and to see, I called, a guy just passed by, and I call that the eyelash crew, because there's a certain group of people who look very similar. They're part of the same family, and you can always see their eyelashes, you know, so we'll leave it at that. But wow, is everybody getting to work by 7? Like, I swear no one was out this hour for years. So someone needs people milling around at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm so not kidding. And I totally get it with contractors and construction workers. They're usually up. But there's a different something going on. Now, admittedly, I used to live on 19th Street all the way down by Bainbridge. That's where everything happened, which I described earlier in this video. Yeah, we're 3 minutes into the second video, so yeah, anyway. And they always have this rope for celebrities, because this is the Four Seasons Hotel, and they have special, you know, usually sports people or whatever who come in, and somehow people find out. I don't know if they're part of the fan club, and they have like picture taking, photo ops, and that rope is there for those people, I guess, is what I've picked up on. And this is part of Comcast Center too. But anyway, I cannot believe how busy it is at this hour. I'm over on 17th now. I wound up in this building by design. Is it by mistake or design? There were 2 other places that I was looking into. I thought I would have to go in a whole different direction. But if there are powers that be trying to shake things up, like here, there, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, it's like, where's the ball gonna land? They would do that on purpose to throw people off, if the gods were helping me. And I wound up somewhere where I never thought I would wind up. I have rented from this management company before, so they just sort of, you know, remembered that I was a perfect tenant before, years ago, and went with that. And it was during the pandemic, so they needed residents. Like, I came back at the tail end in May of 2021. In the city, here in the city, the pandemic went on, the rules went on a lot longer, because the populations are concentrated and so forth and so on. Anyway, Green Hornet, the terrace on 18th, Federal Donuts, Victory Brewing. So that building there is owned by Pearl Properties. It used to be, get this, Embassy Suites. My dad and his wife used to stay often at Embassy Suites when they traveled. It was like, somehow they wound up probably with on a rewards program or whatever. But we're realizing that if they usually have green lights there, they might change it from time to time. I don't know, whip it with someone who reminds me of someone from a writer's group that Zach, you know, Keller or whatever. But that could be a Green Hornet. The Green Hornet is something that's been coming up a lot, that idea of a Green Hornet, but we have a yellowish, looks like Chick-fil-A, the terrace, with its symbolism. It has like almost looks like a form of Chick-fil-A, but with many more, like, you know, feathers or whatever. Under it, Federal Donuts in that round building, and then around the corner and on the back is Victory Brewing. So if you only heard someone say the Terrace on 18th, do you know if they're saying terrace, like an address, or terraced? You see what I mean? That's on the Ben Franklin Parkway. It's across from the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, and then there's a library, an old courthouse that's not used any longer, the Franklin Institute. That's all up in that group there around Logan Square. So anyway, just an interesting Pearl Properties thing that they do. Like, everything is named a certain way, and it looks like a little clue puzzle. I don't know what to make of it. We also have Greenberg and Trauma Rig over here. I call it Trauma Rig, but it's Greenberg and Traw Rig. It's a nationwide law firm with locations all over the United States. And they handle things like bankruptcy for big gyms or whatever, big companies. I used to work for UFIT Health and Fitness as a yoga instructor, and they had to file for bankruptcy during the pandemic. And they used Greenberg and Traw Rig. And we were like, Greenberg and Traw Rig or Greenberg and Trauma Rig? I'm so not kidding. Okay, have a great day.